Work is not your family. Work and family are different entities with different goals, expectations, and responsibilities, and therefore should be separated and boundaried. Somewhere in our lives, we learned and adapted that repressing or sacrificing our needs for others was beneficial, but that became so autopiloted in our subconscious that it goes past the point of diminishing returns and becomes unhealthy. To where maybe we land into a workplace and we hear we're like family, and our brain just triggers into give it everything no matter what. We sacrifice our boundaries, our time, our relationships, and we start living life in these big swings of overworking to burnout. When it comes to burnout, our workplaces and employers do own a big part of the equation. However, what I find to be somewhat of an overlooked part of the equation today is what piece of the problem we individually own ourselves to. If I inherently have a tendency or a pattern to overwork or not be able to set boundaries, no matter what workplace or organization I change, if I never take accountability to drive my own internal change, then no matter what external change I make, I will likely keep suffering from the same patterns over and over again. And I know that not all of us will be ready to do our own deep personal work yet. So where else can we start on this topic? What else can we do? I'll offer 3 smaller steps. First, when you find yourself wanting to say we're like family around work or organizations, try to get clearer in your communication and use language that has better boundaries. So if you find yourself wanting to say we're like family, but you're really kind of asking for a favor, clarify that. Say, hey, we actually need this deliverable a week sooner. What can we do to achieve that? Or if you're just trying to communicate a value about your organization, again, clarify the language and use boundaries. Say, it's a priority for our teams to feel trust and connection. The second tip I'll offer is to actually do the work to learn and model healthy boundaries for one another. If you are a people pleaser who tends to overscope and overcommit, try buying some time before you respond and commit. Remember that when you're communicating boundaries, it's not a me versus you fight, but it's what we need to do to collectively come together to resource ourselves to sustain our organizations, workplaces, and relationships. Last tip I will offer is to see if you can find one way to empower mental health for yourself or others this year. I will recognize that just when it comes to talking about mental, emotional health, our behaviors in our past, that can feel tender, personal, but it can especially feel a little scary or stigmatized when we are talking about working with experts like psychologists or psychotherapists. When it comes to any other important part of our lives, we seek out experts. When it comes to our physical health, we seek out doctors. Financial health, we seek out financial advisors. Why is it that when it comes to our mental health, we think we should take care of it on our own? So today, whether it is your propensity to burn out, your struggle with setting boundaries, or something different, I hope you can feel a little bit more free and empowered to start building more meaning and sustainability into your life.